Denmark, folks, here's what Denmark is doing. Denmark's government aims to ban access to social media for children under 15. I freaking love that.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Go ahead, Rob.
With 14 points about how to protect minors better online. We're standing in a situation in Denmark where far too many young people, far too many children are having a profile on a big social media platform. We have agreed on an age limit on 15 years of age, but with the opportunity for parents to consent from the age of 13 if they want their children and young people to be on the social media platform. Our clear
Guys, be quiet in the back.
To the parents is
but guys, shut up!
Have your children on these social media platforms before the age of 15. Well, we are not regulating based on specific companies.
Adam, you like that
In Denmark,
tiger
do
shirt?
they not know when somebody else is speaking? Like, I'd be like, yo, shut up.
like that.
What
What do you think about pause it real quick? Do you like that tiger shirt, Adam?
I actually do like cougar.
Is that a tiger thing or what is that?
Leopard.
Women like wearing cheetah colors.
I love
Okay.
Women like wearing this type of
Dangerous
outfit.
kitty.
By the way.
Okay.
Dangerous cat.
Speaking to Associated Press, Caroline Stage, Denmark's Minister for Digital Affairs, said 94% of Danish children under the age of 13 have profiles on at least one social media platform. More than half of those under 10 do so. So, Rob, run a poll. Run a poll. Do you? I don't know if it's run a poll. Okay, so put one. Should kids be able to have social media? One option, at any age. Another option, at 13. Another 15, then put the last one at 18. Let's see what our audience votes. I'm actually really curious. Tom, what do you think about this?
I think it's common sense coming forward because there's, look, you can argue about social media all day long. You can argue about governments. New Zealand got it right. Remember during COVID, actually New Zealand raised its hand and said, hey, we want to put limits on social media for kids. There are three avenues that you can look at very, very clearly, and you can be fact-based. And that is exactly what, at least in this case, Caroline Stage, or Stage from Denmark, I think it's Stage, I believe it's pronounced that way there, that kids being approached by pedophiles, kids being approached for relation, number one. Number two, the girls and depression and girls and responses to you need the likes and you need all this to be validated, and through that lack of validation brings depression and bad behavior in girls. The studies are out, the studies are clear, and Facebook Meta admitted it to Congress that they had done those things to hook the girls and to cause this. So you have Facebook admitting it. And then the last thing that you have also that you can look to is test scores and education of kids in middle school who have access to social media. So now Denmark is saying, hey, parents, if you want to go through an assessment, and the parents have to fill out an assessment, which my understanding is basically, are you married? Are you involved in your kids? And then you could say, my kid could have a profile at 13 if I sign the assessment. Or they can't have it until 15 because they're just looking at the facts. Mm-hmm. They're just looking at those three simple facts. So I think it's common sense, Pat. I think it's absolute common sense, finally. The people are looking at it. You can see in theaters. Did you see theaters? We go to this thing. Did you see the Dove soap commercial where the moms and the young women are talking about, Dove soap is pure, and it says you need to have pure friends and pure truth. You don't need to have all the social media. You are validated in who you are, and all of that. Why is that all happening? And Denmark, I think, is doing the right thing here, and they're following New Zealand. And I think when you take a look, in the U.S., why hasn't anybody from Congress brought this up? After all the things that happen in Congress, and I'm not out here to bash social media companies or tech bros, but you admitted certain things in Congress. So why hasn't the U.S. put similar, restrictions in place, especially when we have the data on pedophilia? We have the data on girls under 16 and depression, and we have the data on test scores. We have data. So with all these data, it's not one data point, and then you try to make, I'm not running for Congress and I throw up one stat out there and I try to make a story out of it. You've got a list of stats here. So hats off to Denmark. Hats off to Caroline Stage or Stage. I think it's pronounced Stage, Denmark Minister for
Might be
Digital.
Strange.
So yeah,
Maybe that.
What do you think, though? What do you think? Rob, the poll has
say what
shown
I
what?
think.
Almost 4,000 people voted. Look
Yeah.
at the poll.
Very
At
interesting.
18 years old, 52%.
Yeah. I agree with our audience on this one, by the way. By
you
the
know,
way, 3% of our audience is an absolute psychopath. Absolute psychopath. Any age, yeah. Go for it, 4-year-old.
Take this phone, you
Let me
idiot.
tell you something, PBD. I love what you
did
said.
we tell him we cookied that
when
poll?
you were being interviewed by Brett Baer at the American Business Forum, which was an amazing event. Shout out to Mayor Francis Suarez for helping put that on. But you talked about the anxious generation. You have 4 kids, Tico, Dilly, 2 girls. You know, you're very, very in this world. You know, me, Rory, my nephew, just turned 13 yesterday. I said, what do you want for your birthday? He's like, well, I'm thinking about maybe getting a new phone. I said, I'm going to talk to your dad, my brother-in-law, my sister's husband. I said, guys, do we want Rory? He's like the sweetest, nicest kid, tall as hell. I said,
Massive.
Yeah, he's tall.
Happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday,
yesterday.
Robert.
Giant hands.
Good handshake.
him and Tico shook hands. I go, let's see who's stronger. Tico
Oh,
goes, he's
he's-
got him, bro.
he's
And
got
Tico's
him.
a strong kid.
Yeah.
I said, what do we want to do with this guy, man? He's the sweetest kid. Do we want him having a cell phone with social media? We all said, hell no. Hell no. There's a difference between Instagram,
That's good.
Snapchat, TikTok versus, hey, I want to watch something on YouTube. YouTube is just like a world encyclopedia. So there's a difference to this. If you can go back to that poll, Rob, I think there's steps to where you do. Whoever's saying any kid could just watch whatever they want, you're an
3%,
absolute
that might
psychopath
just
to
be being
reevaluate
funny.
your life. At 13, you should be able to go onto YouTube, do some research, see what's
Have
out
a
there.
phone just to call your parents and
Between
stuff like
15
that.
and 18 is where these conversations, in my opinion, when do you want to do this? This thing is the most dangerous and also the most amazing thing that any man, as any human
It's
has
a
ever had.
catch-22.
And you're going to put that in the hand of a 10-year-old or 12-year-old? Let me give you a counter argument. I have a good friend. I'm not going to say his name. He has 2 kids. One of his kids is maybe 9 years old. This kid does not come up for oxygen if he has a phone. He is knee deep in this. He has a YouTube channel. He's concerned about likes, clicks, videos. It's genuinely sad. I said, hey, buddy, you're at the dinner table. I did your rule. You're at the dinner table. Put it down. He goes, you're not my dad. I go, Dad, tell him. He goes, put the phone down. He goes, no. The kid is so obsessed with his phone. And my concern is how many millions of other kids are just like that. We talk about anxious
We have the
generation.
data.
Yeah, we talk about anxious generation. What about a generation of kids who this is all they know? They can't do this.
Yeah.
No.
That's concerning to me.
Yeah, in a big way. In a big way. So the poll, again, I'm surprised. Rob, the poll is like 5,000 people voted. 53% said at 18.
I agree with our audience. They're smart people. They've never done us wrong.
53% at age 18. That's some
Where are you on this?
Vinny,
If you
there's
were
hope.
voting,
Do you think that?
pretty
Do you
Where would
close
you be on
to
this,
that. I'm
PBD?
pretty close to that.
You're there.
I'm not.
You're
I'm
at
not,
least at 15 to 18.
No. I'm at 18. I'm at 18 because
So what do you do at 18? Say, here's your phone, here's your
that's-
account?
No, I've been managing all their accounts since the day they were born.
Mm-hmm.
I've been managing their accounts. It's all me. If you ever see anything with their accounts, I manage all of it.
Interesting.
I see all the DMs. I do all of it. So if you DM my kids, you're DMing me. Okay? So don't DM my kids. That's what I'm trying to
Well,
tell
now you're going to get
yeah,
business
now I'm gonna get
propositions
Vinny-
now. Like, hey, Patrick PBD on Brooklyn.
Hey, Vinny, can I close this out with a question for you?
Yeah.
Do you think 5 years ago, before congressional testimony, COVID, and everything we saw and what we realized about social media and what New Zealand did, do you think that's 54% 5 years ago?
Absolutely
Probably
not.
less.
No, it's
Correct.
less. It's way less.
I agree with you. What has happened? Data and facts. What this tells me, when I see things like this on the lightning rod issue, it tells me there's hope for the California voter.
Tomorrow's Veterans Day. And what we want to do for the veterans who are watching this, we have a whole new series of merch for veterans. Rob, if you can zoom in into some of these guys here, whether you're Army, we got an Army Future Looks Bright. We got, go a little bit lower, Rob, if you could. We got those hats with the Velcro. That right there, the Army Future Looks Bright patch is insane. Go lower, Rob. You know, Air Force, Navy, keep going, keep going, keep going. We got those green hats.
Oh, that one's
Those
sick.
green hats, they won't last long. Every time we have those, they disappear.
badass.
The one on the right, it's absolutely sick. On the front of it, it says Future Looks Bright. U.S. Armed Forces, Marines, keep going. And then you have the USA hat. That's another one. It's one of our most, I think it's the top 5 most reviewed hats of all time. that you have right there. The USA with the, what do you call it? The camouflage on there. Armed Forces in the middle with the dog tag, 6 shirt. Keep going lower, Rob. Keep going lower. And you got the Army greens, the hats in the middle, and then go to the next one, that Angry Patriot shirt to the right. You got a bunch of stuff here. And here's what it is. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order, use the code VETERAN for a discount, VETERAN for a discount, and 10% of every purchase made will go to charities that are related to folks who are serving. And we have a handful of them that we're working with. Trust me, we're very selective on which one we go through. 10% of whatever purchase is made will go to different charities out there. And if you use the code VETERAN, you'll get a 10% discount as well. Some of those items are, limited supply that we ordered. So be sure to go out there and place the order for yourself. And if it's not you, you have a friend that went to the Air Force, the Army, the Marines, the Navy. Gift them something from this that watches the podcast. Again, go to vtmerch.com. Place your order using the discount VETERAN. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.